Good morning, everyone. Today's topic of discussion is alcohol metabolism and toxicity. So, alcohol in a very small amount is absorbed directly by the tongue and mucosal lining of the mouth. Once in the stomach, alcohol is absorbed directly into the bloodstream through the tissues lining of the stomach and small intestine. Food in the stomach can inhibit the absorption of alcohol in two ways. Once it physically obstructs the passage of alcohol from coming in contact with the stomach lining. Secondarily, the food in the stomach will prevent the alcohol from passing into the duodenum. Once alcohol in the blood stream, it is carried to all organs of the body. In majority of healthy people, the blood circulates through the body in 90 seconds and thereby allowing alcohol to affect brain and all the organs in short amount of time. The full effect of a drink are felt within 15 to 45 minutes depending on the speed of absorption. The consequence of alcohol metabolism include the oxygen deficit, hypoxia in the liver, interaction between the alcohol metabolism byproduct and other cell components, resulting in the formation of harmful compounds, formation of highly reactive oxygen containing molecules that can damage the other cells component, changes in the ratio of NADH to NAD. We will see in the subsequent slides. Lead to the tissue damage, fetal damage, impairment of other metabolic processes leading to cancers and medication interactions also. So several issues related to the alcohol metabolisms are like here being manifested. The symptoms and long-term effect of alcoholism may lead to the damage to the brain, damage to the heart, muscles, pancreas, stomach. Liver is worstly affected, leading to the swelling, cirrhosis, and hepatitis. In brain, there is a memory loss, mood swings, dementia, irregular heart rate, strokes, high blood pressure, etc. It leads to muscle weakness, wasting also. It may lead to pancreatitis. Several reports of such kind of incidences have been well documented in the literature. So, after being passively absorbed through the gut, the alcohol reaches the bloodstream and from blood to the liver. The first pass metabolism of alcohol happens in the liver hepatocytes. So, in the hepatocytes, there are three systems which are able to metabolize ethanol, and these are located in three different cellular compartments. So, the first is in the cytosol, there is an alcohol dehydrogenase enzyme. Second is the microsomal ethanol oxidism system, situated in the endoplasmic reticulum. And third is in the peroxisome, there is a catalase system. So on all these three compartments, there is a processing of alcohol, and further each of these systems cause a specific metabolic and toxic alteration, which all lead to aldehyde production. Being an acetaldehyde, a toxic metabolite of the ethanol. So, in the second oxidative step, the acetaldehyde is quickly metabolized to acetate by mitochondrial acetaldehyde dehydrogenase action. Finally, the acetate produced in the liver is released into the blood and is oxidized by the peripheral tissues to carbon dioxide, fatty acids, and water. So, alcohol is a toxin and must be neutralized or eliminated from the body. And 10% of the alcohol is eliminated through sweat, breath, and urine. So once in the cytoplasm, the ethanol is going to be converted to acetaldehyde under the influence of enzyme aldehyde, alcohol dehydrogenase enzyme, and through three different enzyme system. One in the liver hepatocytic cytoplasm, the alcohol dehydrogenase enzyme is present and it's converting ethanol to acetaldehyde under the influence of NAD, and it converts NAD to NADH. There is a huge production of NADH. Second enzyme system is through ME, microsomal ethanol oxidizing system, which also contains an abundant amount of cytochrome P450 system. So one of the subfamily, the cytochrome P2E1, is very much involved in the ethanol metabolism. It converts the ethanol to acetaldehyde. And in course of this conversion, there is a production of NADP. One NADPH is being consumed. And third system, enzyme system, is in the peroxisome. In the peroxisome, the catalase enzyme leads to the conversion of ethanol to acetaldehyde, and peroxide is one molecule of peroxide is utilized and it's being converted to water molecule. So this is how the ethanol is abundantly producing acetaldehyde. So once acetaldehyde is being produced, it reaches into the mitochondrial matrix, and here the another enzyme system, aldehyde dehydrogenase, is available, and it's also going to convert this acetaldehyde to acetate. Further, this acetate is going to be converted to acetyl coenzyme A, which can participate in the TCA cycle. So overall, like consequences of ethanol metabolism is the abnormal ratio of NAD to NADH. There is huge production of NADH with a lack of NAD. So alcohol dehydrogenase is actually a nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide dependent cytoplasmic enzyme, and it has two zinc atoms per subunit. And alcohol dehydrogenase is a dimer and had 6 isoform. So various biochemical consequences of this kind of abnormal ratio of NADH to NAD leads to several metabolic adaptations in the cell. So in the cytoplasm, the high NADH level favors the conversion of pyruvate to lactate, leading to lactic acidosis. So pyruvate is the end product of glycolysis, and through normal route, the pyruvate under the aerobic condition, it favors to be converted to acetyl coenzyme A, so that it participates in the Krebs cycle. But if there is an abnormal ratio of NADH to NAD, so it favors the conversion to lactates, lactic acid, and leading to lactic acidosis. Huge amount of lactic acid is being secreted into the is being transferred to the blood, and deficiency of pyruvate will lead to inadequate formation of oxaloacetate, because oxaloacetate is also formed from pyruvate via the pyruvate carboxylase enzyme. So this results in depression of gluconeogenesis, leading to hypoglycemia. Reduced oxaloacetate and decreased pyruvate and high NADH level causes the overall suppression of TCA cycle. And so the acetyl coenzyme A accumulates, and which favors the ketogenesis. So huge amount of ketone bodies are being synthesized, and reduced oxaloacetate, decreased pyruvate, and high NADPH level. All these are leading to so many other metabolic alterations, like alcohol causes the CNS depression. How it is causing? Like once ethanol can also cross through the barrier of blood, barrier of brain, and reaches in the blood. The same in the brain also the same fate happens. The ethanol to acetaldehyde, and acetaldehyde converting to acetate, then acetate. In all these conversion, here also there's no abundance of NADH, and this NADH will worstly affect the TCA cycle, and especially the three irreversible steps of TCA cycles will be worstly affected. The one such step is the conversion of alpha ketoglutarate production, and which will be hampered if the NADH to NAD ratio is high. And so it is responsible for the production of glutamate and the GABA, that is a neuroinhibitory transmitter. So there will be lack of this particular GABA, and lot of degenerative changes will happen. And moreover, the glutamine is also not available in abundance, because glutamate to glutamine from ammonia is also one of the important metabolic change happens once the glutamate is in abundance. So, in acute cases, the alcohol intoxication mainly affect the central nervous system. Based on the blood level, behavior may be different, like up to 5 milligrams per dl if it is present in the brain. So it is a normal, but up to 50 milligrams per dl, the feeling of euphoria and exhilaration is there. Then mild intoxication happens if the concentration is more than 150 milligrams per dl, leading to decreased neuromuscular coordination. Driving will be difficult. And intoxicated stage 3, where the concentration is more than 300 milligrams per dl. Here the speech is impaired, the gait is also affected. And comatose stage comes when the concentration of the this alcohol is more than 600 milligrams per dl in the blood. So it leads to hypothermia, difficult breathing. Death may also result if it is being unattended. So these are the worst consequences of this ethanol metabolism in the body. So increased level, also many other alterations happens in the body, like increased level of acetyl coenzyme A causes increased fatty acid synthesis, because at one side the acetyl coenzyme is synthesizing ketone bodies, and moreover the TCA cycle is so much slows down because of insufficient amount of oxaloacetate which is being formed from the pyruvate. So this acetyl coenzyme A is further going to synthesize. So increased because of increased concentration of acetyl coenzyme A. So a lot of synthesis of fatty acids will take place, but fatty acid is not able to be oxidized because of this abnormal ratio of NADH to Na. So this leads to accumulation of lot of fatty acids in the form of TGs, triacylglycerol, and causing the fatty liver and steatosis. This stage is known as steatosis. And alcohol also increases the release of reactive oxygen species, leading to mitochondrial damage and apoptosis. Lactic acidosis causes a decreased excretion of uric acid, resulting in acute attack of gout. So alcohol causes, many CNS effects. They also inhibit the excitatory receptors, and by potentiating the inhibitory neurotransmitter GABA, as I have told you here, because of lack of this glutamate, availability of glutamate, because of slowing down of alpha keto of this TCA cycle, alpha ketoglutarate is not able to be available to convert to glutamate. So glutamate is source for glutamine and uh, GABA. Both are very neuro active substances. In chronic cases, accumulation of fats in the liver cells leads to fatty liver, and the toxic effects of accumulated acetaldehyde leads to cellular death. And this is followed by replacement by fibrous tissues. Fibrosis of liver will take place, and finally leading to cirrhosis when the liver functions are reduced, and it may lead to hepatic coma.